All right, well, it's time for another Thursday through Scripture. I'm going to read our passage as we're studying along in the book of Philippians. If you have a Bible, you can grab one. I'm going to read chapter 1, verses 7, and we'll see how far we go. If not, I want you to just listen along. Ready? So it is right that I should feel as I do about all of you, for you have a special place in my heart. You share with me the special favor of God, both in my imprisonment and in defending and confirming the truth of the good news. For God knows how much I love you and long for you with the tender compassion of Jesus Christ. Now stop there for a second and think about that. The Apostle Paul is writing, he's writing from imprisonment, and we've already looked at how powerful it is and how beautiful it is. He's not only sharing the good news with these first century Christians, he's also sharing his very life. And there's just this love and this compassion that exudes from him. He's not in it to get a jet plane. He's not in it for fame. He's not in it for hype or so that people will say, wow, what an amazing guy Paul is. No, Paul's in it because he genuinely loves people and he wants the message of the love of God to get out. I long for you with the tender compassion of Jesus Christ. Verse 9, and now this is his prayer. And if you only got one thing out of today, then I would say just take this and listen to this. I pray that your love will overflow more and more, and that you will keep on growing in knowledge and understanding. For I want you to understand what really matters. What really matters in this life. What really matters, is it having a bigger house and a bigger boat and getting more stuff and getting all you can and getting all you can and canning all you get and sitting on the can? No, what really matters is love. What really matters at the end of our lives is that we will stand before God one day. One day you and I are going to have a funeral and people are going to say, this is the kind of person Jackson was. What really matters? I want you to understand what really matters so that you will live pure and blameless lives until the day of Christ's return. Now, I want to do something. I want to link that back. So he says, he begins and he talks about love and he says, I want you to understand what really matters. What really matters. So that when you understand what really matters, then you can live pure and blameless. Now, I suppose that there would be an application of that to holiness, which, I think we misunderstand holiness in the sense that something that is holy is something that is set apart for a purpose. So he says, I want you to understand what really matters so that you can live pure and blameless. What does it mean to understand what really matters so that you can live pure and blameless? Well, if we are pure in our love, a love that is without manipulation, a love that is without hooks, a love that is without a kind of like, if you are nice to me, then I'll be nice to you. And if not, then I'm going to be mean to you and write nasty things about you on the internet. I want you to understand what matters so that you can live pure and blameless. That our love would be pure. That our love would be blameless for each other, for our coworkers, for people in our family. That what comes out of our life, I think it was Spurgeon that said, I want to understand so much scripture that if you cut me, I bleed scripture. I'd like to add to that and just say this. I want to be so entrenched and so filled with the love of God that if you cut me, if you offend me, if you stab me in the back, no matter what happens, come what may, I will just be, if you squeeze me, the love of God is going to come out. He says that you would live pure and blameless lives until the day of Christ's return. May you always be filled with the fruit of salvation, the righteous character produced in your life by Jesus Christ. This will bring much glory and praise to God. May you be always filled with the fruit of salvation. That word salvation is the Greek word sozo. It means saved and healed and delivered. May you always be filled with the fruit of being constantly renewed in the spirit of your mind and delivered from darkness and delivered from hang-ups and habits that want to trip you up and keep you away from everything that God has for you, all the goodness that he has. May you be filled with the fruit of salvation and the righteous character produced in your life by Jesus Christ. Now, who produces character? Now, that word righteousness is an old word. It just means right standing. So that you would be filled with a right standing character. Who does that work? It's produced in our lives by Christ. Once again, as we are connected to him as the head. You say, I don't know how to change myself. Listen, I don't know how to change myself either, but I know how to stay connected to the head in prayer, in study, in walking with him, in talking with him, in allowing him into every part of my life and every part of my day. That's how godly character comes. It doesn't come by us trying and controlling our faces and really trying to You never walk by a tree that grows fruit, and have you seen a stressed out tree? I've never seen a stressed out tree. You see a tree that's bringing forth lots of fruit. That tree is what? It's planted. It gets proper sunshine. I know that's an old. It gets proper fertilizer and it's rooted. The righteousness for this will bring much glory and praise to God. All right. Well, that's far enough. I'll see you next week. Stay awesome. Take care.